You're right, my name's Robbie Mills. I'm the head of bar operations at Escapes of Great Island. Escapes of Great Island began in January of 2020. So it was the idea of a few large operators in Manchester. So you have Luke and Justin Unibombers, who are international DJs and own a few bars and restaurants in Manchester. They teamed up with Gareth Cooper, who is of Broadwick venues. So they have the Printworks drum sheds in London. They all teamed up with John Drape from Engine No. 4, which is a large production company. They came together with this idea of converting this disused space, which was Mayfield Depot train station. They brought Dan Morris on board, who is the managing director of the company. They basically formulated this over the whole of lockdown, and we opened up in July 2020. So Escapes of Great Island is an indoor and outdoor venue. On the outside, we can service 600 people, and inside 700. Usually we hit around about 1,200 covers in the building on a busy day. In terms of food and drink offering, we have a multitude of vendors inside the building, spanning from Voodoo Raised Pizza from London. We have Party Queen, Madura Tacos and Belzan from Liverpool. We have Me and Fo from Northern and Manchester. And then we've also taken, Brad Carter has come in and created a one-star Donna bar with us. On top of that, on the drinks offering, we have the J Nail Cocktail Bar from Mancoats in Manchester. We have Pomona Island, who are a world-renowned brewery. And then we have our own bar concepts inside as well. So Future Dispense, it just rains benefits. One of my biggest reasons for choosing it, I think technology's progressed. I think a lot of people are stuck in their ways when it comes to beer cellars and the technology that they use. Brewfit's the first people that I've seen to innovate and really push things forward and change the way we're doing things. There's benefits which come into line cleaning, the length of the lines, the amount of beer in your lines. There's a severe cost saving there. In terms of the quality of product coming through the lines, shorter lines is better quality beer for me. The way we can set our cellars up and save space, and the efficiencies that brings. We have used Future Dispense for a cocktail draft setup and a draft beer setup as well. So it's allowed us to really push the boundaries. A lot of people are coming to us now and saying, how do you do this? What have you done? And that's quite a humbling thing to have on our plate. Line clean wise, we use professional line clean service. We have managed to get to a 1 month clean. So every 4 weeks we do line cleans. We've done microbiological testing on the lines, and there's no difference from day one to the end. And it sits within the threshold of where we want to be. So the cost on that is I'm not paying somebody 1 day a week to come in and clean the lines. I get it once a month. It's done professionally. I get a certificate at the end of it saying it's been done properly. So the cost on wastage, beer loss, it adds up. And it's a good amount of money at the end of the year. The freedom of choice is a big thing for me. I think on top of that as well, the way we have our system set up, your traditional beer system, you're running your beer through, it could be anywhere from 15 meters of line to 25 meters of line to 30, 40 meters of line. With the system, the way we built our cellars and set them up, our beer goes for around about half a meter of beer line. So if you think, when it comes to cleaning, once a year I'll just chop the lines and replace them, which is a huge benefit for me, opposed to having to just deep clean your lines every year and reset them. We can literally just replace the lines, and that will be more cost effective than anything else. The old school way of setting up a cellar is that you run your beer lines from your kegs to your cooler and then up to your tap. With Future Dispense, it's coming straight from the keg through the lines up to the tap, which is a lot more efficient. You're not running your beer through unnecessary journey to cool it down. The Future Dispense system really lets you cool it down at the point of service and make sure you get the quality of product that you're after. I would recommend Future Dispense. The key benefits for me is being able to push the boundaries of line cleaning. There's less wastage on our first opening weekend, and this still rings through what we're doing now. We've had zero fobbing issues, which I've had historically with other draft systems I've used. There's always an issue somewhere on the system where you get fobbing beer. We don't have that here. I think on 4,500 pints, we had 4 pints on wastage, which is a feat and a marvel, if anything. The money we've saved on not getting losses on a draft beer. Previous places I've worked, I've always had a loss on draft beer, and a deficit is lost money at the end of the day. Because we have the efficiencies with the system, we don't lose money when we're pouring beer. We get a perfect beer every time we pour. On top of that, we have the line cleaning, so we're on 4 weeks line clean because of how conditioned and sterile the system is. With the Brewfit system, again, your traditional system, you would only be able to have one set temperature and have all your beers in that one temperature. With the Brewfit system, you can restrict flow to the pods and be able to manipulate the temperature for every single line. So if you want one beer at 4.5 and one beer at 5.5, by all means you can do that with the system. So you are getting the optimum premium serve for every single drink. So the reason cocktail dispense, for me, it was about speed of service, quality, because we can have someone batch the cocktails and prepare them in a 9 to 5 role where they are looking milliliter per milliliter, looking at the ingredients and how we're making them, creating them and batching them into Cornelius kegs in-house. I know that when I walk onto the bar at 9 p.m. on a Saturday night when we have 1,200 people in the building, that when it's poured through the tap, it will be the perfect drink, and it's not someone stood there with 10 customers in front of them trying to shake a cocktail and make it to perfection. I know that these drinks are delivered through the system to a quality. With the future dispense system and using technology of work with Brewfit, we've been able to serve cocktails at -8 through these systems. We can do carbonated, we can do still, and we can do shaken through these systems. When we first opened, I was told, oh no, cocktails will be too hard for this volume. When you've got 1,200 people in, how do you retain quality and do quantity? That was the biggest challenge. Through working with Brewfit, we've been able to nail that. On average, in a setup like this, in previous places I've worked, cocktail sales are around about 12%. Because of the technology we've implemented, we've been able to gain around about 28% sales on cocktails of the wet mix, which is phenomenal. This is the first escape to Freight Island. We are actively looking at other cities around the UK. Glasgow, Birmingham and London are next on the table for us, and I've already had meetings with Brewfit to make sure we are in place to give enough notice to get the install in time. If someone was considering the Brewfit pod system, I would say go for it. I think the level of service you receive is next level. It's above and beyond what you would expect from a draft install company. I know they've always looked after me the whole way in the whole journey from start to finish of the install. The quality of product is there, you can see it. The way the stuff's installed and manufactured is of a quality that is better than most I've seen. The tidiness of the install, the way it looks in the cellar. I've had excellent service from the Brewfit team. They've been there to answer any question and run over every detail with me to make sure I'm confident in the setup and confident in the install that I've had. That's the one thing when I speak to anybody else in the industry and they say, why have you gone with this company? Why have you gone with Brewfit? It's this level of service they provide to me.